Alright, hi everyone, it's Prince again, back for the third episode of our guide to Dailies. This one, it's all about the quest Spies in the House. So, again, hypothetical, we're joining a leveling group, they accept your request, they tell you we're on Spies. What is this going to mean? Spies is short for the quest Spies in the House, and that is found in House Deneith. So, we're going to make our way over, and I'll show you where it is. This is one of the quests where the teleporter actually takes you pretty close, at least a little bit closer than the guild airship. See, we would have shown up there, and it's in this direction. So if you're near a teleporter, feel free to take that one to House Deneith. Here's the quest. It's right here. The quest giver's right here. So the quest giver's not the quest entrance like in Bond 3, but it's right next to it, so it's easy enough. The one thing I have to mention from the start of this is this quest is pretty long, and the map, instead of you moving horizontally, like in most quests, we're actually moving vertically. And this makes the map really confusing because it might show you that the bubble of one of your party members is right next to you, but really they could be 3 floors above you. So if you're new to this quest, be prepared for that. The map won't be the most helpful, like what you're used to. And like most of these quests, pretty sure all of the dailies, they also have heroic versions, so you might be running this quest at level 8, let's say. It's the regular level. And most of the same rules still apply. You can still follow this guide for that. This place is full of traps, and the trap bonus is really useful. The first 2 are underwater here. They're both right here. If you search right here, you'll find one on the wall and one on the floor. See them lighting up there? I believe you need 12 for the full 30% bonus. I'm going to try and show you all of them. I think I know where all of them are. The next one is right here. Those traps that you were seeing under the water, they can hurt you. It's just because my reflex saves are pretty good and I have evasion that they weren't hitting me there, but do be aware of that. You can get hit if you don't have evasion there. There's going to be 2 of them right here in the searching spot. Boom. And boom. Here is the first group of mobs. Some skeletons, a water elemental, some pirates, this caster dude. And the correct way to go is this way. See if I don't need my trapping ring for this. Looks like I don't, because I'm on normal. Okay, there's actually a trap that way. I'm debating not getting it. No, but I might as well, just to show everyone where it is. I just don't want to keep going back and forth and then lose you guys. Oh, that's not where it was. It's over here. I usually skip this one because it's not directly in the way, and there are plenty of traps left to still get the ingenious bonus later anyway. I left one of the skeletons up here. Alright, there's a lot of jumping in this quest, so you really want to try and have max dodge and or featherfall, preferably both. That'll make your life much easier. So I don't have standing featherfall, I believe, so I'll just put on the Deneith propulsion boots. And this is the first really challenging part, where if you're new and you lose the rest of your party, you might be wondering where they went. And it's very confusing. No worries. Here, there's always some jet of air that pops up on the pipe. Right now it's right there, as you can see. Sometimes it's here where I'm standing, sometimes it's farther. I don't know, it's a little random. You want to try not to get blown off by it. If you do, hopefully you'll be able to find your way back. If you see down there, that's actually the path we took. All the way around, and then we jumped up and we finally got here. Now, the reason I'm going this way is because we need to turn that wheel twice. That's what it needs to look like. The second one on the right needs to be orange. And now we need to go that way. Actually, if you had pulled that valve down there, that I completely forgot to, I believe it would have turned on an air jet that lets you fly over there. So I could stand right here and then be zoomed all the way over there. But I'm going to show you what to do if you don't do that. You have to get up here. If you have Featherfall and max dodge, whoops. Technical difficulties. The jump I tried to show you just there is the hardest jump to make. The way I was shown it at first is to make it from here, and then you can do a little bit of a U jump, and then we're going to get here. If for some reason you don't have a Featherfall item, or your jump is kind of bad or something like that, I think the easiest way to do this is to first jump on this platform, and then jump back to this one. But in any case, our goal is to end up right here. You see how this is orange? That's what happened when we turned the wheel way over there. It activated this, and this jet is going to take us to the right spot. Right over here. We need to clear some enemies here. I made this jump well, but careful, you could fall through, so it's a little safer to go around over here. I was just a little impatient. Whole bunch of skeletons over here, a caster and a water elemental. You want to be careful not to get blown off by the air jets. Sometimes they're in random places like there. Okay, we need to get on that side. There's a lever up there in the ceiling, or a valve, I mean. Hoping you guys can see that. There are two ways to get over there. One, pull this valve, and that's going to turn on this air jet, and it's going to shoot you at the boxes. And it missed. But you can go back there and try again, or you can actually get up from here if your jump is good enough. And then just do another one of those little U jumps here. Jump on the box, turn the valve. And now we go back to where we were. Whoops. What that valve did was open this door, and that's going to open the way to our first prisoner. There are 5 prisoners, I want to say, in this quest. 4 or 5. If you get them all, you get optional experience, but you also get optional experience from freeing each one of them. So let me start with that. Tell him you're free now. 1.3 XP. Not too bad. He was right there. We're going to turn this valve, and that's going to open this big door. Now, this is going to be one of the first big checks where if you don't have a trapper, it's going to be super annoying, because this place is trapped to high heaven, and one of the most annoying traps is this grease. Look what happens when I try and climb now. I'm so slow, I'm slipping downward, it's taking me all my effort to climb, and when I do get high enough, I'm just going to get blown back by the air jets. If you don't have a trapper, you can try to, if you're the first one that shows up before the grease, you can try to use the Deneith propulsion boots to blow your way past this area. Let me actually cast freedom of movement. If you're a character without freedom of movement, unfortunately you're out of luck. Freedom of movement lets you move through the grease. This is where you want to get, past the air jets, and then you're home free. Luckily, I am a trapper, so we don't have that problem. However, if you try and run ahead of the trapper, try not to do that, because then the grease will come up, and if the trapper does not have freedom of movement, it's going to be really tricky to actually get to disarming that grease trap, which is probably going to mean that the rest of your party is going to take forever climbing up as well. So try and let the trapper disable that one and this one at least before you start trying to burst your way up here. Oh, and right where I killed those mephits, the lever opens this gate, and we have our second prisoner. And there are 4 prisoners, not 5. There's another, oops, there's another trapper right here, connected to that air jet. So there were 3 in succession here. This one for the air jet, this one for these air jets, and then the one at the bottom for the grease. We're up to 10 traps. We have neutralization, 2 more, and we should have ingenious debilitation. Skeletons pop up here. The mobs are the least challenging part of this quest by far. The very first, I want to say 5 to 10 times I ran this quest, I didn't even make it to the end. I got so lost. That's why I recommend trying to solo these quests on the lowest difficulty you can handle. Just see if you can follow along. And then, even if you don't memorize all the way to the end, you can start memorizing good chunks that'll get you farther and farther than you would have if it was completely unknown to you. There's a trap here that shuts off the electricity. It's always in a random spot, but it's always in the room. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's over here, sometimes it's over here. Today was here, so let's get it. I'm pretty sure I missed a trap somewhere down there because I seem to remember being at 12 here before. I think one of those spike traps at the bottom wasn't disarmed. Oh, this door here is a trap. There is nothing behind it. You can search it out, but do not open it, because what it does is turn this airjet on, and it makes it very hard for when you're coming up with the ladder. Anyone that's coming up behind you will just get blown backward. It makes it really tricky to get past that part. So, public service announcement, do not open this door. However, there are breakables over there. We do want to get those breakables. You can get them with Sonic Blast, or a couple other AoE spells. I think Fire Blast works, or you can find a way to get over there. I think you can make it with the Deneith propulsion boots. Just make sure you're wearing them. Double click. Yep. And of course the wings from Exalted Angel, Draconic Incarnation, all of that works too. Is the chest locked? Yes, it is. So if you want the chest, bring someone that can unlock it. I don't believe you can get Ransack in this quest, but you can get Vandal. It's just a little tricky. That was the first batch of breakables. I hope I haven't missed some already. That would be embarrassing. The idea is to show everyone how to get Vandal for the extra, is it 10% XP for Vandal? 15? I think it's 10. Oh, I'm sorry, the third prisoner was right there. You don't even have to open the gate. You can just talk to her and tell her you're free and she leaves. This lever unlocks the door over there. Very straightforward. You can't get past the door if you don't pull that lever. There's an invisible dude right here. If you're a caster or something, you can just use an AoE spell and you'll probably die. You just have to remember that he's right there before the shrines. But it's just one of them, so even if you forget, it's not the biggest deal. Up over here, we're going to run into the first case of the electric floor, and I'm hesitant to look through because of that airjet. Didn't want to get blown off. We will be going down there. If you do still have wing charges or Deneith propulsion boots charges, unlike me, I already used mine, you can kind of zoom all the way over there, but if no one goes the right way, then you will still be locked out of the next area. So we're going to go the direct route, and if we double back, we'll eventually want to grab those two crates. But we can't get there yet. First, we're going to jump down here. If you stick to the sides, you won't touch the electric floor, but there will be archers up there. If you're ranged, like on my wizard, I usually insta-kill those. They're kind of annoying on a melee character. We're going to get here into the watery part, kill off these guys. There are the crates that we can reach before. You can either go back up that ramp or up this ladder. I find the ladder to be more direct. But I guess these guys all aggroed on me, so I might as well. I'll show you where the two paths connect in the back. Death Ward is a little bit nice for this part. Some of the casters do like to hit you with negative levels. I'm going to take out my bow. Get that crate. Oh, I am out of ammunition. Okay, that's awkward. Well, you see where the crates are. You can break those. That's part of what we need for our Vandal bonus. Here there's a little boss. Well, there's supposed to be. I don't know where he went. Maybe he went to meet me. Ah, yes, back here. He's usually not all the way back here. I think I just took too long to get here. Excellent. He goes down, and that door that was closed opens up. All of these guys pour in. I think I got them all. Boop. I'm going to pull this lever. You can loot that chest if you want. There's a collectible here. 2 breakables here, or 4 of them actually. Don't miss the bookcases. Boop. That's all 4. Some mechanical dogs, some random constructs that pop out of the ground. There they are. Now we can start picking off some of these archers, if you haven't already, with ranged attacks. Ooh, actually, this is good. If you actually have no range whatsoever, you can get to those crates that we missed this way. That's where we originally jumped down from over there. You can also try and fly your way over to this spot at the very beginning instead of going down through the electric floor. That's another option. We're all going the same way eventually. Cool. So now we came from this way. We head back. We are eventually going up this ladder, but there's a few things to do first. Pulling this valve, because that's going to unlock a gate that would otherwise be closed at the very top of the ladder. And going this way, picking off some mobs and getting more breakables. Again, these are necessary for the Vandal bonus at the end, which at the end of the day isn't the biggest deal. It's like an extra 5% for mischief, but like with a big group of 6, some people are already rushing to the end. You might as well stop and try and get more bonuses. That's what I think anyway. I just noticed that there are shrines up here. It's the first time I've seen these. I've run this quest, what, 50 times? Ha! Silly me. Shrines up there, for your information. Also, this lever, this valve, I must confess I have no idea what it does, but I pull it just to be safe. It might be what opens up the shrines right there, maybe? I just noticed them, so very real possibility. So now we go up the ladder that we saw earlier. It's a very tall ladder. Here we'll find the last of the prisoners, and we should get more XP than usual because this is the last of them. Yeah, about twice as much. Here's the chest you can get. Now here it's important to have Featherfall too, unless you're just really good at platforming, but even then, lag can be really bad in this game. First we want to go this way to turn this valve. That's going to activate an air jet over here. There's another trap here. If you don't have your ingenious bonus yet, great place to finish it off. Let's see, where's my search? This blade trap, I've never noticed it hurt anyone, but doesn't hurt to disable anyway. We've got our 30% ingenious bonus. We want to get up there. There's going to be another electric floor, and this one cannot be avoided. So if you have some sort of energy resistance or energy absorption, electric absorption, this would be a good time to put it on. We're just on normal, so it's not really going to hurt us that badly. What is going to hurt us is the attempts to make it up there in the first place. This airjet is... Oh man, did you see that? We went up and then down and then up. Like, the game takes forever to decide if you make it or not. It's really rough. Now, someone suggested once to me that if you just strafe instead of try and be in that direction, that you always make it. I don't know where I ended up. Oh, I'm on the electric floor, just a different part of it. Let's go back down there so we're not lost. Give it one final demonstration. The way I traditionally go about it. Just hold down the forward arrow key, hope I make it. I overshot again. I've never gone that far. That's weird. Usually you end up right here, and you have to run for it so the electricity doesn't keep hitting you. You end up on these boxes, you climb up the boxes, and you end up here. We have to pull these 3 valves. There's an order that is preferred, because you see how there are steam jets right there, right next to the valve? They actually hurt you. They don't hurt me because I have evasion and really sexy saves, but they usually do. You also need to pick off all the fire elementals, which if you don't have ranged is a little bit tricky, but you can get creative. Watch this creativity. Haha. Oh, I really missed. You can also wait for them to get a little closer to you. Sweet. Okay, the order of the valves that is preferred is, again, we came up from these boxes, right? So this is the first thing we'd be seeing. We get this one right here. And that's going to help control some of the steam jets from this side, so we go for the long one next. And then we double back and finally get this one. If you didn't remember the order and you can somehow still turn all the valves, then good, it didn't really matter for you. But if you find the steam jets keep interrupting you, try and remember that order. The one in the north, the one in the west, then the one in the east. And now the door should be open. Now we want to be careful not to get blown off by the air jets as we're running to that side. You can either try and time it or run through the electric floor or do a little bit of a hybrid. I usually like to time my run there and drop down to the electric floor when I sense it's about to go off again. So that way I take minimal damage. This air jet's going to take you up here. And it's going to be a little bit of the same. You're going to have to touch this electric floor. Get on the boxes as quickly as you can and try and fight stuff off. Steam jets could still be annoying. You can technically ignore those methods. We're just running upward. But the water elementals, they hit you multiple times per attack. And that damage can rack up when this is at higher difficulties. So try and watch out for those. Water elementals here. We're going up this ladder, so I'm just clearing the water elementals. If you're just going for a completion, go ahead and climb that ladder and then it's in that direction. But there are more breakables on the way to Vandal. So I'm going to stop by and get those. And additionally, there should be one more trap. There are also 2 invisible goons near the shrines. Here's one, here's another. Alright, my acute senses are telling me there's a trap nearby. Aha, more crates. I think it's here. Yep. So tucked in this little corner. It's not the same little opening that the shrines are on. It's the other one. So now we're gonna head out toward the ladder. Hopefully you have Ingenious Debilitation bonus. I've gotten 13 traps. You need 12. And I'm positive I missed one at the entrance. If you see spikes coming up above the ground near the entrance, keep looking for a trap down there. If you're not confident that you'll get enough. I feel like I didn't do that and that's why I missed one. It didn't matter for me because I knew where the rest of them were, but it could. Now, is this one disarmable? Actually, it's not. No. This is a little puzzle. No, it's not really a puzzle. It's just based off of luck. One of the valves is a trap. It releases electricity from here. It doesn't hit that hard, especially on lower difficulties. And the other valve will close the floor. These gargoyles take forever to go through their dialogue, and even when they're done, they start fighting each other instead of you. So you can usually just run past them under any circumstance. If they do attack you, just go ahead and fight them off. We've made it all the way to the end. This is the final room. Now we want to be a little bit careful, because if you step too close to the final chest, it ends the quest. Why don't we want to end the quest? Because there are 2 more crates that'll finish off our bonus. Right over there. So if I'm standing here, I can range them. But oh, Sonic Blast, you say? Okay. Tell you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to temporarily disable my epic defensive fighting so I can shoot the Sonic Blast at range. Boom, we got the Vandal bonus. See? 10% for 22 breakables smashed. And that is the maximum. So now we're done. Now we can go ahead and walk forward and get our epic chest. We have completed Spies in the House. Thank you for watching.